the People's Democratic Party has issued a stern warning to its governors and elected officials showing support for President Ahmed Tinubu's re-election bid, declaring that such actions amount to betrayal and will attract swift sanctions. Speaking during the party's National Working Committee meeting on Tuesday, the first since a wave of high-profile defections, Acting National Chairman Umar Damagum specifically condemned the alignment of governors Umar Eno of Akwa Ibom and Sheriff Abori Vori of Delta State with the ruling All Progressive Congress. Damagum accused the APC of using coercion and intimidation to poach PDP members and announced that the party has dissolved all PDP structures in Delta State, replacing them with a caretaker committee. Okay, it says legal action is always being prepared to reclaim seats lost to defectors under the provisions of the Electoral Act. Stressing that party loyalty is non-negotiable, Damagum promised that the 2027 election will serve as a judgment day between Nigerians and the APC leadership. Barrister, what kind of leadership is it? This PDP of a thing. Where were they when Wike bulldozed, and Wike is still trampling on them, treating them like slaves? A sort of where have they been? For God's sake, this Damagum that is threatening hell and bruise. And besides, they were there when this Fubara's case happened. What did they do for Fubara? They didn't even stand with Fubara. They didn't encourage. Okay, they did it in a very skeletal manner, but they were not up in arms in support of Fubara legally. At least they would have fought that in bat. They would have been a party. They wouldn't have. I didn't expect them to wait for Fubara. They could have fought that with what Fubara with the State House Assembly issue. And so now we are having issues. The whole thing now is getting widespread. They are now coming blazing. As to me, I see it as weak. The argument is weak. Where have they been? That is one. And secondly, what do you think they can do? They have not been able to do anything all this while. What do you think they can do that will change the system? Yes, we all know that you have been saying it on this platform very clearly that anyone who defects, who gets elected as into public office and defects to a different party, automatically you've lost your seat. That is what, according to what you say, that according to the Supreme Court. So it's a clear thing. I don't know. One, Barrister, why do you think they are still doing this? Secondly, why do you think they are still doing it even when it is very clear? Supreme Court has ruled on this. The electoral law is clear on this. They are still doing it, defecting as elected officials or officers, defecting to another party. That is one. Secondly, what do you think what is it called? This PDP that is in Kuma, I consider it to be in comatose. They have been sleeping. I don't see any PDP is no longer, Labour Party is even stronger than PDP right now. Barrister, what's your thought?
Well, number one, PDP is now a carcass.
That is it.
It's not even a comatose, it's a carcass. Damagum himself was never elected as national chairman. He was appointed an interim chairman and has hung on to that seat by hook or crook till today. So if he is talking like that, let him start from himself. When last did PDP conduct congresses and national convention to elect their leaders? Secondly, it's more like a cry and a statement. I liken it to a person who has been beaten by a more powerful person and he sees that there's nothing he can do. So the normal thing is, I leave you to God. That is the equivalent to it. They are just lamenting and crying. Everything he has said does not make sense. Number one, let me correct the impression that it's not every elected official that can defect and lose his seat. It's only for members of the legislature. It does not affect governors.
Oh, really?
It does not affect any other person. Under the Constitution, It's only the legislator that will defect and lose his seat. It does not affect the president. It does not affect the governors or their deputies or any other person.
Okay,
and go back when Atiku was vice president of Obasanjo and left PDP.
Okay, yeah.
To another party,
Yeah,
Obasanjo tried to remove him, and the matter went to Supreme Court, and Supreme Court said he could remain the vice president. So he making threats to governors. He has no power. It's the governors that are sustaining him. If he's sitting on that seat and taking allowance and taking money, it's the governors that are providing the funds. A governor who has defected or who says he's defected, what will Damagun do to him? He has nothing. He can go and lie down and beg. If the person agrees to come back, he can come back. Other than that, there's no sanction. There's no sanction that he will apply to. Somebody say, I don't like your party again, I'm going. What sanction are you going to? You cannot collect his seat legally. So what sanction are you going to apply to that person? They should stop blaming these people. The party is a carcass. Everybody is living. Who is living? So they should look inward, see in what way he, Damagum, and the National Working Committee have contributed. None of them was elected. Anya, who was National Secretary, was not elected. Damagum was not elected. They were all appointed. And they are all acolytes of Wike. It is through the instrumentality of Wike that they came to the office. And Wike is still machinating to use them going forward towards 2027. So when they come and when they meet and make statements, people should understand that the lamentations are virtually useless. They are presenting a public face. They have to make a statement. They have to make a statement. But behind the scenes, everybody know who they are working for and towards what purpose. So this threat will be taken for what it is, useless. No governor will fear the threat. No person, even the House of Reps, even the senator, in reality, who in Nigeria has defected from the legislature where the constitution has specified that if you defect, you lose. Who? Not one single person has defected in the history of Nigeria and lost his seat on account of defection. Not one. People are still defecting today from PDP. Members of the National Assembly, senators are still defecting. And they are not, so threatening them is meaningless to them.
It is so sad. Honestly, I blame this on Atiku, solely on Atiku. Atiku is a shame. This is shame to him. This is weakness in his on his side, on his part rather. Honestly, I don't see this man even being a good leader as a president. Honestly, I don't see Atiku, because this is one of the ways you determine who a good leader is. When you can't even hold a party as small as PDP in comparison to Nigeria as a nation. You can't hold them together. You can't even hold power, even in your own party. It is so sad that someone like Wike, who is a babe, either both in age and in political resume, he is a babe, a kid to Atiku. Yet this same kid actually outsmarted. It's not even smartness. He outmuzzled. That's the right word. Because there is no, I didn't see smartness with Wike. He just outmuzzled this man, outmuzzled, what's his name? Atiku, out of the party. Not really, okay, he's still in the party, but out of power, as far as I'm concerned. So I don't get, it's a shame on Atiku. Honestly, I don't even, because of this, I don't even see him having to do, he will never even go close to that Aso Rock. The farthest he can get was the 2023 election. He got close to being, honestly, that is the farthest he can go. I don't see anyone that teams up with Atiku as they are planning now. I think you gave that such a opinion analysis on our last episode. that their plan now is to bring Peter Obi on board to team with Atiku as his running mate. Well, they will fail and fail woefully. They will fail under multiple reasons. Which one of the reasons is this issue of Atiku being already seen as a weak person. For someone like Atiku, a political juggernaut, for Peter Wike to wrest power from Atiku, for God's sake, it is unimaginable, unthinkable. And that's just the reality. It is foolish of Atiku for him to have done this, and this was based on selfishness. He was so beclouded with selfishness, beclouded with his personal aggrandizement, that he failed to actually see the future, project and visualize the future. And that is one of his weaknesses. Atiku sees only today. If you are a leader, a good leader goes by a very, very good instinct that actually sees the future, visualizes the future, that doesn't think about today, thinks about tomorrow and even years to come. That is one of the good qualities of a leader. That is just the reality. But Atiku is just about himself. It's about today. The moment it is today, he just deals with today. And when today is gone, he just goes back to his shell and wait for another day to begin to. That man is just too childish politically. Too childish. His thought of reasoning is too childish. Too childish. Even me that is not a politician, I am smarter politically than him. For God's sake, this is just, honestly, I can't believe that Wike has succeeded in doing this. For God's sake, this man has taken over this power and killed this power, destroyed this PDP. He has destroyed PDP. This is a party that they boasted those days that they are going to be in power for 50 years. Here we are today. This party is in shambles now.
I wholeheartedly agree with you. You judge a great leader by the kind of decisions he makes. If you cannot make good political decisions, I don't see how you can make good decisions as the president or as the leader of the country. Atiku has had opportunities in the politics. If he had made intelligent decisions, he would not even be going about today. He would have been vice president long ago.
Yeah.
He continued to go from one bad political decision to another. Anytime that he lost, PDP lost, he will leave the party, go to another platform that will not even deliver for him. If a platform that with some simple intelligence, you will know it will not deliver. So he has not been making intelligent decisions politically. To that extent, how can he even make good decisions where he is the president?
Yeah.
I have lost interest in him long ago. And when you call people like that juggernauts, people should understand the background. They have not demonstrated their political acumen at any point in time.
Yeah, I agree with
Remember, who was elected governor of Adamawa State?
Yes.
That is the highest election that he won, to the best of my knowledge.
Yeah, okay, you're right.
Anyway. Now picked him as VP. He complicated things for himself. He messed himself up as VP that made Obasanjo not to help him to become the president. Immediately after that, he jumped ship and went to another party. Later, he came back. Again, jumped ship and went to three good times. Left. In his absence, somebody else stepped in and rebuilt the party, financed the party, and controlled the structure.
Honestly.
Then you come back and you want to take over the structures. All he knows is to put out money.
Honestly.
In wherever, and this worked for him wherever nomination within the party where he has gone to contest comes out. If it is nomination, because you pay delegates, the nomination is carried by delegates. He has the money to pay delegates and win. That is not, to me, that is not political acumen. That is not political dexterity.
That's why I say that is not smartness, of course.
It's not smartness.
Yeah.
It's just a blind use of money that even at the end of the day does not even deliver for you, but rather reduce your estimation, reduce your ability, and your character in the eyes of the ordinary people. So he has never demonstrated political sagacity, political intelligence at any point in time to warrant my respect
Honestly.
for him. I don't have it.
Honestly,
I don't have respect
that
for
man
him
is a disgrace to himself and his family.
It's about time. It's about time he went and sat down.
Honestly, I'm surprised he's still in the politics. People are still mentioning his name. That man does not have scruples, political scruples at all.